Hey, ladies. All right. Welcome to the Let's Talk Show with DM Entertainment. Weekly, we discuss heartfelt topics that matters. Opinions are respected. Awareness meets action. We're not just discussing. We're connecting, educating, and celebrating here in Fresno and Clovis areas, local and all around talent. We like to thank you for tuning in today. We are filming at the beautiful CMEC Studios, and I am LaShonda Lee, your host, and these are my co-hosts, Lily, Cicely,
hi,
and Kendra.
Hi.
Today is Wednesday, October the 18th, and we're ready. Are you guys ready for some sizzle?
Sizzle.
Yeah. All right. All right. First, we're going to look at a clip about Matt Gaetz was criticized about the insurrection. Let's watch the clip and see why they criticized him.
So my amendment gives the committee the opportunity to begin each of its meetings with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I'd like to offer an amendment to the amendment, adding in the second paragraph, provided, however, the pledge shall not be led by an individual who supported an insurrection against the government of the United States in any way. Let's make this real. If you want to give someone the right to stand before the House Judiciary Committee and lead the Pledge of Allegiance at a bare minimum, let's guarantee that that person has not participated or supported or in any way helped an overthrow of the government of the United States.
Would the gentleman
yield? It's like
yield?
a simple proposition.
Now, why do you think they roasted him, Kendra?
They roasted Matt Gaetz. Mm-hmm. First of all, Matt Gaetz is just not a likable dude. Okay, he's just not a likable dude. He's not a nice guy. He doesn't really belong to be in Congress. He has no respect at all. That's where people kind of start with that. So even if he was talking about something right, just his whole personality, it just make you look at him different and just don't want to hear what he got to say. And no matter how many times they go at him and tell him anything, he's not going to listen. You know, he just makes no sense to me. Mm-hmm. I don't entertain nothing he talks about.
Okay, Cicely?
Well, I think they said it, like, if you have anything to do with the insurrection of the White House, then you don't have a right to even claim to want to make an amendment, you know? So I totally agree. As you guys know, I am a Republican, but I did not agree with the insurrection of the White House, so I feel the same way.
Okay, Lily?
Well, personally, I don't even know Gaetz. Gaetz shouldn't even be up in there with a last name Gaetz. Anyway. And they talking about the pledging of allegiance and all of that stuff. They have more respect for a flag than they do God. And it's like, to me, until you treat everybody that's here in America like Americans, then you would have more people to have a little bit more respect for it than what they do. They want you to stand up and they want you to do all this stuff, but I just can't do it. I sit when it so.
Well, I think that Matt Gaetz is promoting, trying to make an amendment that before they start anything in the House of Representatives, that everyone needs to do the flag salute. And so the congressman was like, wait a minute, you want everybody to sit up and do the flag salute, but you don't even respect it. Mm-hmm. So that's why he was upset. You didn't even respect it. You came in with an insurrection. You didn't even want to follow the rules and make Joe Biden pass the amendment to make Joe Biden president of the United States. So you don't respect that. How can you respect the flag if you don't respect the United States of America?
Yeah.
So that's why I believe, and he looked at really stupid when that congressman got to him. But our second topic today is about Jim Jordan's failed nomination for the House Speaker. Let's take a look at this clip and see what happened.
We're going to keep going. I've had great conversations, great discussions with our colleagues, and frankly, no one in our conference wants to see any type of coalition government with Democrats. So we're going to keep working, and we're going to get to the votes.
How many ballots are you willing to go through?
Until we get a speaker, we got to have a speaker, and it can't be some deal with the Democrats. I mean, American people don't want that. They elect Republicans in a majority, small majority. I get it, but we got 200 votes on the first ballot. I think that maybe even is more than what Kevin got back in January. It was right about where Kevin was. Gus Gillaracas is a vote for us. That's 201. We've had good conversations. We're going to keep working. But if
Okay, so they had a vote to on Jim Jordan becoming speaker, and he came up short yesterday, 20. They said he came up short with even more today. So I don't think he's going to make it to the speakership. What about you, Sicily?
Oh, you know, I don't know if he's going to make it, but I just know that each party is basically looking for their own party to make it as the speaker. So whether it's a Democratic or a Republican, it's going to be a fight on who gets it. And I'm down for whoever, just as long as they can run this country properly, they can speak up for the American people. I'm down for whoever.
Okay.
Well, I'm not down for whoever, but I'm just hoping that it's somebody with some type of sense, because the folks that's in there act like they don't have any at all, and they own a power trip, and it's like, you know, we want it ran this way, and a lot of them is trying to back Trump's crazy butt, because he's trying to become president again, so they just trying to find someone that can help get him back in office so he can do what he want to do. So I just really wish there's someone that have a piece of brain that can run the country and stop acting a fool. They act like little kids fighting over a toy. Just sick of them all, really, to tell you the truth.
Kendra?
Well, my thing with this is Jim Jordan or Scalise, none of them are qualified. That's why none of their own party won't pick them. They're not qualified for a seat that high up in office. They're not. And that's why they can't come up with nobody. Now, on the Democrat side, Hakeem Jeffrey is well qualified, but they won't pick him. They rather sit over here on the left and play games with the American people and look a hot mess, and it's just a pure embarrassment. They rather do that than pick somebody that's qualified. That's how you know it's not about America with them. It's all about them. Mm-hmm. That's a high seat up there with the president. Neither one of their personalities qualifies them for that, in my opinion, because I've heard them both talk. So,
that's right.
In my opinion, I don't know what's going to happen. I think we're still going to keep on looking to be a fool, because that position is not an easy one. You can't just want to be there just to be there. Mm-hmm. You can't just want to be there. You have to have experience. You got to have the personality for it and the mindset. And neither one of them have that. And that's why their own party won't pick them.
Right. I agree. I agree with you totally. Because today, a lot of them is just standing up to be who they want to be because of the money, the power. Mm-hmm. Those are the things they're looking for. They're not looking to run this country in a productive manner, because if they did, we wouldn't be without a speaker right now.
Right. And it's not an easy job. So you see, not too many people are lined up in line to actually do it. Nobody's raising their hand for it. Not too many people, not even in the party that's in control right now.
Yes.
So it's not a job where you can just go like you're working at McDonald's or nothing. No, this is a really high position, and you're responsible for a lot of things. That's why Kevin McCarthy couldn't even last in it, because so many stipulations was put around it. Mm-hmm. They need to stop playing. They really do, and that's why I don't have any respect for that party. I don't.
Right. The guy was saying that today. He was just talking about how important it is for them to have values, morals and values, and that's why they won't vote them in. And being that they only let 5 or 6 vote Kevin McCarthy out, they were very upset about that. So hopefully they'll get their stuff together and they'll come and please elect us a speaker, because we really, really need one. I hope they choose one soon. All right. Well, we will see you guys when we come back. We're going to take a quick break. All right.
All right.
everyone. Now, one thing I wanted to say is, we're getting ready to do Let's Talk Entertainment. So, Mrs. Beyonce has announced the Renaissance Tour film is coming up. So after she did the tour, she made a film about her and her family as well and how to do everything. But guess what? I'm gonna let the clip tell you what she was trying to tell us.
When I am performing, I am nothing but free.
Is it recording?
The goal for this tour was to create a place where everyone is free.
Prop lift down.
Start fresh, create the new.
Everyone, welcome to Mother's Mind.
We dress a certain way. We make love a certain way. At any point, they could close their eyes and be right back there and take it with them.
The reason why I'm really clapping on this particular clip is because I'm really actually proud of Beyonce. I'm proud of what she accomplished because I know that it wasn't easy. And they say now she made more money during a tour than any other person ever. She had made $200 million from this tour. Can you believe that? What you think about it?
I think she's very blessed. She's always been talented, and I am a fan of hers. Actually, we share a birthday.
Do you?
Yes, we do.
Okay, Cicely.
That's amazing. I love it. Get the bag. Get the bag. I love it.
Lily?
I'm not a Beyonce fan, but go get your money, girl. But I'm not a fan of hers. I'm not into Illuminati mess.
Oh.
But she's a part of that, so.
Did she call you tell you? Did she tell you she was, or is that what everybody thinks?
Her girlfriend is part of that mess. So, I'm not a part of that. I don't want nothing to do with that. She, more power to her. You like it, I love it, okay? So, yeah.
I love her, the way that she's doing with her kids. She is a mother.
Yeah.
I mean, and us mothers have it really hard sometimes. I can only imagine what she has to do because that's a lot of performing. They said her concert was 2 hours long. That's a long time to be performing. And I don't think
it's not hard to do that with kids too. That's just a lot. Like,
I think she probably have some type of a
she sure
babysitter or someone that keeps her kids.
You have to try. You probably have to try to be there with them too, or while take them.
Yeah, they probably don't trust anybody,
Yeah,
you might get a call and say that somebody just stole your kid or something when you go on tour. So I think it's probably a little bit more comfortable to keep them on there. But you guys know Beyonce had to work her tail off to do this 56 cities, I think it was.
Wow, that's a lot.
Tour of 56, that's a lot. So I give my hat comes off to her because she's a woman and she's working really hard. She's just not sitting there just letting the money make it, make her. She's making the money, and I was really impressed by that. But the next subject that we were going to be talking about is Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. Let's take a look at what Jada said the other day.
As time went on, there were different stages in my marriage where Will and I decided we were not together, where we didn't tell the public, right? Where I was actually thinking about divorcing, separating. I mean, there have been several of those, right? And where we've gone and lived our separate lives. So I think within that is where people might have thought that, they must be having an open relationship. And we just didn't want people to know the dynamic of what was happening between us. We didn't think that that was anybody else's business. And so I think that that's where sometimes that confusion came in.
Ellie, what you think about Miss Pickett?
Jada need to go somewhere and sit down looking like Woody Woodpecker. You gonna get on national television and gonna lie like that? Oh, we was go our separate ways and all this stuff. If you was gonna leave somebody, you leave them. If you're gonna divorce somebody, divorce them. Stop playing them little games. And that's exactly what she's doing, is playing a game. And he needs to make up his mind, because he's not an ugly man.
Yeah, preach.
But he can go and he can find somebody else way better than her. And she talking about open relationship. They've been having an open relationship for the longest. That's the reason why marriage is going to hell in a handbag. You don't invite nobody in your bed other than you and your husband. When you invite a third person into your bedroom, you are opening up a can of worms. You don't do no mess like that. Your bedroom is your sacred ground between you and your husband. And she done went out and she done had an affair with her son's friend and all these other things. And then now she want to try to act like, you know, it's his fault and all this. Jada, you's a hoe.
Oh my. That part. Oh my.
Okay.
Well, shoot.
Okay, Cicely.
I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. But yeah, Miss Pickett is off the hook. You understand what I'm saying?
Miss Pickett.
Like, I can't believe like how she literally demasculated this man in public, not once, not twice, several times. And then she had the audacity to go to her son's friend. Her son's friend. You had an affair with your son's friend? Come on now. You don't want Will. Matter of fact, it seems like they're switching gender roles. That's what it seems like. Like they're switching gender roles, and he's more of the feminine, and she's more of the masculine. And he needs to snatch his masculinity back, and she needs to go find her a thug. That's how I feel about Jada.
True. Tupac, go.
Oh yeah, and let me tell you about that. I'll tell you about Tupac. And it's like you, with Tupac and everything like that, it's like when she speaks so highly of Tupac, like this was the love of her life, like this was her soulmate. And come on now, how would that make your husband feel to know that all the time you are in love with this man, or you constantly speaking of this man? Even after this man has died, this man's still coming up? Come on now.
Kendra.
He hit that.
Okay, so this couple, though, just from the beginning, like, all of this is because they just didn't want to keep it real and be honest and say, it's not working out.
Right.
When you do that and you're in this, there's nothing wrote down saying that it is something wrote down that you just you have to stay married. But if such and such and certain stipulations on it, if like a spouse cheats or something, you can get a divorce. You know,
they're doing it for money.
The good book says that. So why can't you just be honest and keep it real? If it's not working out, leave the situation. Now y'all look stupid. Y'all got all this money and you'll think it bring happiness, but I'm not that rich and I would never want to be in that position. But I'll keep the money I got. And instead of dealing with stuff like that, just leave. Just be honest.
Honesty comes with no money.
Real. Keep it real. Right. They both have money. They aren't even an excuse.
Honesty comes with no money. Have you noticed every time they have an issue, Jada wants to go run and put it in public so everybody can see it, and then she makes monies off of it. She want to go to these interviews and do all of these different things and put their family on blast. Yeah. Just like at the red table. How you gonna sit up there and have your husband sit up there and talk to you about how you cheated on him with your son's friend? Oh my God, made all kinds of money.
It was an entanglement.
But she made a lot of money off of that. A lot of money.
I don't like how the son's friend wasn't told. I don't mean, the kid, why would you do that?
He's a kid.
I don't care.
Kids do that.
I guess so. Kids do that, I guess, because he didn't have to go tell. I mean,
he's a kid. That's what they did.
I mean,
exactly.
What did it actually change? Entanglement.
What do you mean?
Entanglement.
That's what she said. That was it wasn't cheating.
That was her cute. Though, if you look up entanglement, it does seem like that's what it was. Have y'all been to entanglement?
No, it wasn't an entanglement. She committed adultery, fornication,
All of
and
it.
God frowns upon that.
And they're always trying to, and she's
And that's the
always
reason
trying to
to break
give somebody
up. Why you
advice on
staying
their
there?
marriages.
Exactly.
They're always in the public eye trying to give, she's always giving people advice on how their relationships could be. And then you want to tell us that you've been defrauding us since 2016? Get up out of here, man. She got to go.
She got to go.
I know, sitting there looking like a bobblehead
And quit
dog.
making marriages look bad, Jada.
Bobblehead.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
We got a lot to deal with. We don't need no stuff like this. We need to uplift our husbands.
Yeah,
All
she don't
right,
think
now
she
make
know
them
how
look
to do that.
bad.
That's right.
She don't know how to
All
do
right. Well, we're getting ready to take another break, and we will be right back.
Sports. Let's talk. Let's talk. Sports. Let's talk. Let's talk. Sports. Let's talk. Let's talk. Sports.
All right, you guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Now I would like to introduce women here in our community, women here in Fresno fighting for our community. And I want you guys to welcome the Heat. All right. Woohoo! Woohoo! How you doing? Welcome to the Let's Talk Show.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, no problem. Introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Brunette, and I'm with the Heat for Southwest Fresno Community. And
my name is Diana Smith. I'm with Heat for Southwest Fresno.
Okay, so could you, I wanted, before you guys even start, I wanted to share a clip with you guys that I found.
Okay.
And I think this is pertaining a little bit about what you're going to be speaking about today.
Tyler Perry has stepped in to build a house for a 93-year-old woman who was in a bitter land fight with developers. We first told you back in July, Perry promised to help Josephine Wright hold on to her Hilton Head, South Carolina property. Wright says she refused to sell to a Bailey Point investment group, so they filed a suit to seize the land. Sources told TMZ Perry's crew will start building Wright a 5-bedroom home just as soon as the permits are in hand. Tyler Perry's often stepping in to try to help some people.
So could you tell me a little bit about what you're, a little bit about this? Okay, we see this 93-year-old woman. What happened to her? Could you tell me some of your concerns about what's going to be happening in West Fresno or already happening?
Well, we've been doing this since 2004. And that was when the running horse got started, and plus when Trump had came in and he wanted to buy in our area, which is in Southwest Fresno. So we've been fighting it ever since because it's gentrifying our community. So they basically want to come in and just build, and we'll get into it, once, we get introduced, because we gave you guys some paperwork to kind of keep up with us as we go along with some of this that's in the book. And it's just something that the community needs to know, that we're about to be gentrified. This is all of Southwest Fresno. So that's been our fight and our concern ever since 2004. So it makes it about 19 years now that we've been doing this.
Wow.
We also spent 2.5 years walking in Southwest Fresno once a month. We would hand out at least 200 flyers, put them on doors, talking to people, and have a community center where we'd have a meeting and go over what was in the book.
Okay. So what was you giving out the flyers? What were you trying to tell the people in West Fresno?
Well, when the Southwest Fresno specific plan came out, what we started doing was having community meetings once a month, because the city was not noticing the community. It took us a year to find out that this plan was in progress, and we're usually on top of everything, but it was transparent. They had no transparency. So we started handing out flyers once a month, and we'd hand out at least 200 flyers. And like I said, it took us 2.5 years to walk the entire West Fresno. And we would then go over the plan with the members that would come to the community meetings and tell them what was going on to try to get more people involved.
Wow. So how did that go?
It went pretty well for a while, until every center that we were at, we ended up getting shut down. for one problem or another. The last place we were at was Maxie Parks, and they said it was some contamination, and so nobody could meet there, so that was the last place. But we had been at several other centers in West Fresno that had one major problem or another, and we could not hold our community meetings. So it became very difficult to get the word out to the community.
Okay, so that's why you feel that's why they didn't have any transparency?
Oh, yes.
Because they were stopping the meetings too?
Well, and along with that, they really didn't want the community to know exactly what was going on. So that's the biggest problem. They never informed the community, and to this very day, they still haven't informed the community, but they continue to do what they're doing. So, and once we get started into the book and the paperwork, then we can, let you guys know more in detail about what the city is trying to do with Southwest Fresno.
Okay, well, come on, take us through it.
Okay, we're going to go, because we gave you guys some paperwork to keep up with us, and you really need to get this book. It's called I got a lot of writing on this one, so I have to show you this other one. It's called the Southwest Fresno Specific Plan, and it's the final plan. And it's dated from October the 26th, 2017. So that's the book that you have to get. And when you go and ask for it at the city, you need to go to the city manager's office and tell them that you need a copy of the book. Because we had to send the community to the city to get it from our council person, and then they stopped even printing them for the community. So now you have to go to the city manager's office to get them.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to start on 4-7, and we got that for you guys. The paperwork is the first one here.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And
I thought she said 4.
Well, you can see it says Southwest Fresno, General GNRA. Well, they've been doing this since 1969. This plan has been in place. And so they amended it several times, and the last time they amended it was in 2010. So this is like a continuation of what the city has been doing since 69, and we wasn't aware. And go to 1-10. I know we're kind of moving kind of fast because of the time.
Okay.
Okay, and we're going to go to table 1-3. And where you see Southwest Fresno, we want you to go all the way down to the second from the last, where it says adults ages 18 plus who did not graduate from high school or received a GED. Southwest Fresno is 43.7%. The city of Fresno is 24.7%. The county is 26.3%. And the state of California is 18.7%. Southwest Fresno, we're the dumbest people in the state of California. Now, if people say, well, it really didn't say that. If you go to 1-14, and we got that paperwork for you guys.
Okay.
Where it says low, where you see it, it says low education attainment, household income, and poverty. Educational levels are a significant predictor of income and the ability to make healthier choices, including diet, exercise, medical care, and other choices that support health. In Southwest Fresno, 45% of residents ages 25 and older have not completed high school. They basically says that we're ignorant. We don't have good sense. And what we couldn't understand is, how do you take the whole state of California, I mean the entire state of California, and you pick out the small little area, Southwest Fresno, and we're dumber than anybody in the state of California. We're dumber than the county. We're dumber than the city. This is their paperwork. This is not ours. How do you take a community of people, and we're a community of people of color. How do you make a statement like that? And they said, we agreed to this.
I see here it says only 7% have earned a college degree. So you're right. They put it down like, and it says at the local school level, Edison High's 3-year average academic performance index is approximately 760, which is below the state standard of 800. So it is really, look like they rating us really low. I grew up in West Fresno, you know, so it makes me feel a certain type of way too.
Well, the information they gave you about Edison is inaccurate.
You got to finish this.
Okay.
She's just anxious to get to her part.
Okay,
because it's an insult, and it's a slap in the face for them to even come up with something like that. How do you do that? We have a governor, we have a mayor, we have everything that we're supposed to have. We have the senators and Congress people, whether it's male or female. How is it that you allow this to even be printed and you okay it and you receive funding? You give the city fundings for all of this. That's an insult. How do you not educate this one little section? And it's a shame if you think about it. The whole entire state of California? How do you do that? Do you know how big the state of California is? This is what I'm saying. We need to understand, and you take a small community and you say we're the dumbest people that it is. How do you do that? I mean, how is it allowed? That don't even make any sense. And you're saying we the dumbest. That's their paperwork. That's printed in black and white. And we didn't do it. It came from the city.
Okay, okay, can we have some, I think the ladies would like to have some questions for you before.
Okay. So who okayed it, the mayor, or who okayed this to be published?
Yeah, go ahead.
In the front of the book, once you get it, it'll tell you the list of people that put this thing together. They were all appointed by the mayor and the city council person for District 3. They were people in the community, but they're the same people that show up on all the committees that need approval done by the city. So it didn't go out to the public for all of us to participate. We weren't given an opportunity to participate. Like I said, it took Heat a year to find out that they were actually meeting and they were not coming to the community.
Okay.
When we found out, we went to our city council person and said, we demand that this be open to the public.
Okay.
And then we were sitting around the back tables while they were negotiating everything at the front table.
Okay.
And so it was pretty much done before the community was really aware of it, and it was brought to them in this form.
Okay.
And they had, in the front of the book, once they get it, you'll see the steering committee. And some of the names is very shocking for them to even make a comment like that. Because you have Thomas W. Biggs, Alex, you have Jane, you have, I'm gonna get to the names that we know, but these are the steering committee people. You have Mary Curry, you have Deb Darden, you have Sylvester Hall, you have Tate Hill, you have Maclean Lewis, you have Eric Payne. These are the people that are in our neighborhood that we know. These are some of the people, once you get this book, these are the people that the steering committee for all of this. It's an insult, it's a slap in the face, it's a kick in the butt, it's ridiculous.
And these people, they printed this book when?
They agreed.
In what year?
They agreed to the information.
Agreed to
what year did
it started in 2015. It was adopted in 2017.
No, it started in 1969.
Well, if you go back, they said they started with a clean slate. But as Brunette said earlier, you can see that they were going back to things that they were doing in 1969 and amending it, and amending it. But they told everybody they started with a clean slate.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, so this was supposed to be the clean slate in
This was a
2015.
clean slate, and they started the committee meeting in 2015.
Okay.
And it was adopted by the city, even though we were objecting the entire time. They adopted it in 2017.
Okay. Cicely, did you have anything to?
Oh, no, I'm stuck at all right now.
Right.
Just looking at this paperwork and everything like that. I did notice too where I was reading it and everything, and it spoke about the food sources and everything like that we have here in Fresno, and they even brought up the community gardens and then stated that there's not enough to maintain the community. And if I'm just confused, if you know that these are issues that need to be fixed. Right. You know, and I'm just confused. So to me, I feel like basically what you guys are saying is real. Like they're leading us to this is all planned. This is a plan. They know if I'm tripping off of the education. Yes. I came from Los Angeles, so I was educated in Los Angeles, but my kids go to school here in Fresno. So, I'm really tripping that 47%, that's high. Mm-hmm. That's severely high. So what can we do to help heat? What can, besides showing up to the meetings, what else can we do to help, to support?
Well, basically, you're upset about this, but it gets better. We got once we finish, then you can get into it. But what you was talking about up at the top, where it's talking about the limited food.
Yeah.
They say we're a food desert.
Right.
But we have agriculture surrounding us.
Exactly.
So, but this is the insult. This is what I'm saying. This is the insult that they put out and they say about Southwest Fresno community.
And these are our own people that put this out about us. Like
they agreed to it.
They agreed to that. So like, why would you let somebody do us? Like, you live here too.
Because it probably doesn't affect them.
No, they don't think it's going to affect them.
No, what it is, they probably, no, I'm not going to say probably, they are
giving incentives?
No, yeah, that too. And then they did false hopes and all this stuff. And then they believe it. Yes, we're going to do this and we're going to do. How many years have they been saying they're going to build things over in Southwest Fresno, and it has not happened? And always remember, if they want to build something in Southwest Fresno, what are they going to take from you to put that here?
Yeah,
right.
See, because they'll tell you, oh, we're gonna put you a big old beautiful grocery store, but we need y'all houses. Mm-hmm. We need all of you guys' houses. And then what they want to pay you for your house is ridiculous. If your house is paid for.
And that's what Diane get into. So let Diane take over on that part of it.
Well, if you go to page 2.6, 2-6. See if this is up.
This is crazy.
Okay.
What you're looking at is the magnet cores. And so if you look at the map, you're going to be in all of West Fresno and then the sphere of influence, which is county. Mm-hmm. So of course we're surrounded by county from east, south, west, and north. So it's going into the sphere of influence. So we're going to start like at 180, going out to Valentine, going out to Central, mm-hmm. going out to 99.
Okay.
So that's how large this project is. And if you look at the map, it shows you exactly the overlays and how it's expanding out.
I see both of the magnets, how they're connecting. But you know what? I'm sorry, we're just going to have to invite you guys back because we don't have the time, and we need to educate our community on this.
Okay.
Because it's very, very important. And I was telling you, ladies, that we can even find a spot that we can meet so we can get these meetings back started up. So we can educate our people, and hopefully we can get some kind of different response from the city council and let them know that we do care about it. We do care about these things that they're doing.
Can I say one last thing?
Yes.
This has been systematically done for generations. This was always in the plan. Even the homes that they built in the 70s, in the 60s, was in the plan that within 50 years they were going to come back and claim that land because of the size of the lots in Southwest Fresno.
Right.
This was all a plan, and every city council has just followed the plan from when it started way back when, before they got in office, and they're just following through with it. So this is total gentrification of Southwest Fresno.
Okay, so ladies, when can you guys come back?
Well, so we can whenever.
Okay, well, what we'll do is I'll talk to you because maybe you can come back in November and we can have you guys on first.
Okay.
And we can do, we can really talk about it in detail so people can understand it, and hopefully we can get some books.
Okay.
Because some of us really need to read the book so we can see what's actually going on.
Yes.
So like you said, the front table, we don't know what's going on, you know, because we in the back, right? So we want to know what's going on in that front table. But I would like everybody I would like to thank you for coming on the Let's Talk show, and we look forward to seeing you again. All right, you guys, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Okay, we're talking about our community. Let's talk about our community. Fresno Rodeo Playland Park is in danger of closing. Let's take a look at what's going on with it.
Playland in West Central Fresno opened its gates in 1955, the same year Disneyland opened, marking it a big year for amusement parks. Decades later, Playland could be closing for good.
We will have to close our beloved park that's been in Fresno for over 50 years.
Park manager Candace Cousineer says the park and its 41 employees have been doing their best to keep things running since the reopening this past summer, but it still may not be enough.
Attendance, we need you guys to come visit our park. We don't want to see this go from Fresno. We want to stay involved with this community.
City leaders say they plan to meet with Playland management later this month to discuss possible solutions.
A lot of memories made there, and we want those memories to continue to be made. I actually have a meeting with them on the 26th, and we'll be talking about not only touring the location, but talking about what the future of Playland looks like.
In the meantime, the amusement park is doing what it can to attract guests year-round. Heading into Halloween, guests can visit their pumpkin patch, and trick-or-treaters 17 and under get in free on Halloween. During Christmas, Playland will feature 3 days of snow.
We are switching out rides at the beginning of November, so we'll have new rides coming in.
Along with new rides, the park also has extended hours and will offer discounted admission on certain days. But Playland management fears that may not be enough to keep them operating. Without significant change, they will have to close come January 1st of next year.
What are the numbers that we need to see?
I would like to see at least 500 or more in here a day, at least.
Nico Payne, ABC 30 Action News.
That's a lot of people to think you're going to see, but it's a good goal. Well, you know, Playland has been in our family. We did all our family reunions, everything. That's a landmark here in Fresno. I guess they're trying to take that too.
Yeah.
But anybody have anything to say about the closing?
I do. I actually just took my grandkids. I just recently posted my pictures and everything like a couple of weeks ago to this. And it's actually not bad. I was even telling my cousin we could probably do it, my cousin, and she can bring her grandkids, because it's actually cheaper to get in. The rides have been kind of, some of the older rides are still there, but they added the water to it, the water park thing. And the food is not bad. I even went, just when I got off work, I just went there just for their corn dog. You know, they got a corn dog way better than Fairs. I'm just saying. That's just my opinion.
Well, I just missed the boats, and they took those. I remember when I was a kid, I used to go ride the boats, and it was so fun. And I lived in LA, so I look forward to coming to Fresno every summer to get on the boats. So I just want them to bring those back.
Bring back the boats.
Yeah.
Hey, Lily?
Well, yeah, we used to go there and have, you know, family reunions, just church gatherings there, and it was fun and it was exciting, you know. I didn't too much care for the boats because, you know, I can't swim. And so, but, you know, I enjoyed it, and I just wish that, you know, it was something that everybody can do for us, you know, trying to help out and keep it open.
Yeah. So we'll be looking into it a little bit more and seeing what we can do to try to help keep this landmark open, you know, because it meant a lot to all of us and our families. Mm-hmm. But next, we're going to switch it. This is Cancer Awareness, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I have another special guest that's going to be joining us right now. And her name is Evangelist Vera Anderson.
All right. Welcome, baby.
Hey, welcome to the Let's Talk Show.
Hi, ladies.
How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you
Okay.
for asking.
Introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Evangelist Vera Anderson, and I'm born and raised here in Fresno, California. And I'm a minister in my church, and my pastor is Pastor Tobias Brookins is my senior pastor, and Pastor Joe Grigsby is my site pastor.
Okay. So, tell me tell me one of the reasons you wanted to come here today and talk to the peoples.
Well, the reason I wanted to come here is because God gave me an assignment, and He told me to share my testimony with whoever wanted to hear it or needed to hear it. And so I'm just here to just encourage people that are battling with cancer, whether it be breast or lung or pancreas or whatever it is. I would like to encourage people to let them know that there is healing and that God is real and His healing power is very real.
Okay. You want to tell a little bit about your story?
Yes, I'll tell you. So I'm going to go back to when God first saved me, because when I started battling with the pain before I found out that it was cancer, I was a babe in Christ. And so I got saved back in 1998, gave my life to the Lord in 1998. And by the time 2003, 2004, somewhere in there, I went to bed one night and woke up one morning, to have 5 a.m. prayer as I usually did. And I woke up and I tried to get out of bed, and this pain just shot through my left eye. And I was like, Lord, what is this? And I thought that it would just pass. I thought maybe it was a Charlie horse or something, or maybe I slept bad, or maybe I pulled something. That was the first thing I thought about. But this pain just began to get worse. It never left me. It was excruciating and chronic, agonizing pain to where I was waking up screaming to the top of my lungs. And it got so severe that I ended up not being able to walk for a long time. And I had to depend on people to take care of me, to help me, to comb my hair, to wash my face. I used crutches for a very long time. I got pushed in a wheelchair for a very long time, for a good 17 years of my life, 18 years of my life, with that pain in my body. And I started going, to the hospital, calling the paramedics, who's coming to pick me up 2 and 3 times a week, because this pain would not go away, and it just began to get worse. It was like every day it got worse and worse and worse. And so I went to the hospital. They did x-rays. They couldn't find out what it was. And, I was telling them, like, this pain is so bad. I can't even turn over at night. I can't even lift my head up. It was really excruciating pain that I had to go through. And so I continued, to go to the hospital whenever I felt like I needed to. And I went to my primary care physician. And for the first, I think, 10 years of this pain that was in my body, every time I went to the hospital or I went to my doctor, they couldn't figure out where the pain was coming from. So it was just excruciating, agonizing pain that literally crippled me for 17, 18 years of my life. Now, for the first 10 years was the pain. And then after the 10 years, I went to bed one night. I was staying with my cousin. This pain caused me to not be able to work. And we know the Bible says if you don't work, you don't eat. So I ended up going through losing everything, having to depend on church members and family members and things like that to help me out. And I was staying with my cousin Francine. One night I went to bed and I woke up to this big giant lump in my thigh, in the middle part of my thigh, on the inside part. I woke up and I was like, oh my God, what is that? So I continued to go to the emergency room, go to my primary care physician. Finally, she said, okay, we know this is a big tumor now. And the tumor grew on the nerve. So that's why I was in all that pain, because the tumor was growing on the nerve, and it also wrapped itself around the main artery in the inside of my thigh that takes the blood flow to my heart. And so my situation was like the woman with the issue of blood. It's just that I didn't have to spend no money. But I had went from doctor to doctor to doctor, and no one could help me. And they said, we can't, the type of treatment that you need, it's not here in Fresno. Mm-hmm. You would have to go outside of Fresno to get this treatment. Mm-hmm. And so finally they said, okay, go to UCSF. And so it was just still from doctor to doctor to doctor. And the pain just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I began to shrink because the tumor that was in my thigh was eating me alive. And so went from doctor to doctor. And the Lord finally blessed me, because my primary care, she said, there's nothing we can do for you. There's nothing we can do. And I said, okay. So I just, continued to pray, and I continued to study my word, and I continued to believe God. I continued to serve in the church. I was teaching Sunday school, doing praise dances, singing in the choir, ushering, everything. And people thought I was faking because I would shout. I would go to the church and shout, run, everything. But then after I finished my assignment, I'm right back in bed. So finally, back in 2000, we were in the midst of the pandemic. And so by this time, I'm super sick, so bad that I'm passing out, hitting the floor. And so one day, in the midst of the pandemic, I passed out, and my husband called the paramedics for me, and I went to the emergency room, and they said, we don't know, what's wrong with you. We can't pinpoint it. They said, is it something else that you're dealing with, that you can help us to figure out what's going on with you? And so I showed them that big lump in my thigh, and it was about as big as a grapefruit. Mm-hmm. And it just sat there.
Right, so they found out it was cancer.
Mm-hmm. So I got diagnosed 2021. Mm-hmm. I got diagnosed with a rare cancer called synovial sarcoma.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And here you are.
And here I am.
It is. I seen you walking, girl.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. God is so good.
Yes.
He's so good.
Yes, God is so good.
And you look radiant. You look radiant. And it's really good to see you looking like that and walking. Because I'm sure you had a very tough time going through it, but God can bring you through anything.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so happy that you came on here and shared this story with us. And the people out there, I'm hoping someone else is listening. And if you're in pain or if you're going through something, if she can make it, and some of our other guests, you can too. You pray about it and you go seek help, because God can bring you through it just like he brought this beautiful lady through it also.
Amen.
All right. Thank you for coming on the Let's Talk show. And we're going to have you to come back one day too. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Before I go, I would like to do a shout out. The Let's Talk shout out to my girl, all the way from the A-Town. She's another one of my good friends for over 35 years. And she's always been there for me and my family. My mother adored her. My grandmother adored her. Everybody adored TT. I call her my T-Wee. She's my T-Wee. But she's a hard worker. She works sometimes 3, 4, 5, maybe about 5 jobs one time. Mm-hmm. And she moved away from me. I was sad about that. But she's an excellent mother. She's an excellent grandmother. And she's been through a whole lot. And I would just like to tell her that I love her. And I'm so glad she's down here with me. Even if it is, she got to go back next week, I'm going to be sad. But to have a friend like that for that many years, to stand by your side, and I'm the same way, I'll stand by hers too, and constantly encourage you when you're feeling down, when you're feeling bad, even when we're sick or not. I'll call her in a minute, we need that encouragement, we need that support, we need that love, and I'm just very lucky and grateful to have two of my girls that's always been there for me. And we ain't never had an argument in a fight either, but sometimes she got mad at me. And she was like, and I knew when she was mad at me, but we never got into an argument or a fight. And that's rare. So I have to bring that up because there ain't too many people you can say that about. And I love you, Latisha Cummings. I love you so much. I love my Nai and I love my Drea. And I just wanted to share that with the world. And I want you guys to, thanks for tuning into this episode. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook and even our website. And we will see you next week. All right.
All right.